Happy New Year, everybody. All the best, but I don't want us to forget about some important issues like age verification. Age verification is set to take over the entire year of 2026 as it did the later half of 2025, and more states in the United States specifically are introducing age verification laws. How are they going to verify kids' ages on the internet? You guys guessed it, by requiring biometric data like IDs. They want to store all that information, sell it, and control the masses by forcing us to submit ID to essentially use the internet. But wait, you say, can't parents just do their jobs and stop their kids from accessing dangerous websites? Nope, they can't. They apparently need the government to hold their hand. So we're going to talk about some of the laws that are being passed in Nebraska and could spread across the entire United States. And I'm going to try to not pull my hair out with how stupid these are.
A string of new laws designed for child safety on social media will go into effect January 1st. KETV Newswatch 7's Madison Perales gets the facts, speaking with an online safety advocate about the legislation and how it'll benefit Nebraska children in a tech-centered age.
We are seeing people from both sides of the aisle coming together, and that's a really beautiful thing.
No, it's a really awful thing. The reason why people on both sides of the aisle are coming together for this is because they want to go ahead and collect all of our information, sell it, and make sure that they're able to control everybody by being like, oh, this is for the kids, it's for the kids. Never mind, parents being able to actually control everything that their kids do, and they can just, I don't know, just take away the freaking phone or just make sure that they monitor what their kids do on the internet. But no, apparently that is not an option. Good parenting does not exist anymore. Parents somehow no longer have the ability to just make sure that they actually tell their kids not to go on the internet for that long. But no, instead, the government has to control not just kids, but literally everybody to make sure that kids don't see bad stuff on the internet. It is crazy how lazy parents are and how they have the inability to just parent their children, and how the government in the United States and now the world in general is going to be mandating all of our information under the guise of it's for the kids.
Smart Gen Society's Susie Fogarty talks to me about 3 laws set to go into effect the first day of January. The main goal?
Put pressure on these social media platforms to create safer platforms for our kids.
The bills are LB 504, aimed at curbing addiction through algorithms, protecting minors' private information, and providing parents the tools to monitor their child's activity.
Just to answer that part, right? And we've already talked about this in so many different videos before, but if a parent is not lazy and they can type on the keyboard, they can go on Google and look up how to block certain websites from their router, how to block certain social medias on their kid's phone. A lot of websites that we do crap on a lot for not listening to their audiences, like YouTube, actually do have methods in place to make sure that kids aren't seeing bad content on the internet. Yes, are there going to be times where YouTube doesn't do a good job with that? Sure, but at least they are having something. They have a restricted mode on YouTube. There is YouTube Kids. There are ways for you to make sure that your kids don't see bad content on YouTube. And what YouTube has argued in an official statement to Australia that we've talked about before is that Australia is actually making it more dangerous for the kids in that country and continent to basically go ahead and be safe on the internet, because now they can't log into a YouTube account unless they are over 16. That means that YouTube is literally the Wild West for kids in Australia. They are going to be logged out. There's no restrictions in place, and they could be seeing some potentially really bad content, when in reality, if they were logged into a parent's account, that parent can set up some parameters to make sure the kids don't see bad content. These lawmakers know this type of stuff. They're not dumb. They know this type of stuff, but in reality, they just want our information anyways, because that's how they're going to be able to control everybody in the world. It sounds like some tinfoil shit, but it's true. We all know it's true. Age verification is not about the kids.
Nebraska is one of 4 states that has this age-appropriate design code law.
In the Parental Rights in Social Media Act, combining 2 laws into one, making it a felony to have AI-created sexually explicit content from a minor's picture.
It's incredibly damaging.
Now, obviously, I still think that age verification is not a good idea in terms of collecting IDs and stuff, but this specific part of it, I actually agree. People who make AI-generated stuff out of minors, they are absolute freaks and weirdos, and they should be in jail. That is just some weird shit.
And requiring kids under the age of 18 to get parental consent to have an account, and enforcing age verification on platforms either with biometrics.
So if you guys caught that, they said it's for kids under 18. So they're going to be taking one step forward from Australia's social media ban of under 16, and now they're going to be doing under 18. So if you are younger than 18 in Nebraska, you are going to need your parents' permission to have an account on any social media. As we just argued with YouTube, that is just going to make social media even more dangerous for the kids, but they don't care. They just want our information.
People are saying maybe we need to create some type of digital ID for our kids other than a government issued ID.
While Nebraska is taking proactive steps to reframe social media to put kids' safety first, it's a learning process for everyone.
Just like the car industry was put pressure on to put seatbelts and make cars safer for kids, we have to start putting more pressure on the technology that they're using to make them safe.
What a stupid analogy that was, man. Oh my God, I'm gonna lose my mind. So seatbelts on cars are designed to stop you from dying if you get into a car crash. You're comparing that to you guys forcing everybody to hand over an ID because you're saying the kids aren't safe on the internet when their parents can just take the fucking phone away from them and say, hey, you're not allowed to use social media until you get to this age. Are you serious? What kind of fucking comparison is that? Of course there was more pressure on car companies to put seatbelts in cars. People were literally dying. Oh my God, that just makes me go wild, man. But anyways, let's continue watching this.
We have to start putting more pressure on the technology that they're using to make them safe.
She hopes for national reform. When's the last time we've had reform?
The Child Online Privacy and Protective Act was passed in 1998.
The Nebraska Attorney General will be enforcing the Parental Rights in Social Media Act, penalizing up to $2,500 for each violation.
So yeah, they're making the same old tired arguments that we hear a lot of people in the government make, where they're just saying, oh, this is for the kids and we need more reform and child safety laws. But the only way they know how to do it, there's literally only a solution they have, is you have to hand over an ID. I know they presented digital ID and it's something that we've talked about on the channel before. Yes, digital ID is better than handing over a physical ID because it's obviously has a little bit less information about you. But when I say it's a little bit better, I mean in the way that getting one arm chopped off is a little bit better than getting both arms chopped off. It still sucks and it's obviously still a way to collect our information and biometric data. But obviously they're going to try to make solutions like that because they know how much backlash they're getting over this whole ID age verification thing. What annoys me, and it's like I was saying earlier, is like those analogies that they use, those tired ass analogies where they're like, oh, well, you know, we have to put pressure on them in the same way that we put pressure on the automobile industry in terms of having seatbelts in cars, dude. Oh my God, man. If you don't have a seatbelt in a car, your chance of death if you get into a car crash is way higher. Meanwhile, if we don't have ID age verification, as long as a parent or guardian is doing their fucking job, the kid will be fine. The reason why a lot of these kids end up getting traumatized on the internet is because their parents and guardians don't do their job in terms of moderating what they do, seeing what types of stuff that they're downloading on their phone. They're just not doing their job as parents or guardians. So this whole solution of, okay, I know how to do it. Let's just go ahead and mandate ID age verification so literally everybody has to submit an ID to use the internet. Let's just completely destroy online privacy for the sake of protecting the kids when we know in reality we're just doing it to collect everyone's information. And I've mentioned this in other videos too. The people who are saying, oh, you're just milking it, whatever. You guys can say whatever you want to. You know, shout out to the 99.9% of you guys that actually understand the fucking gravity of the situation and what road we're headed down in terms of losing our online privacy. But, you know, to the people who are saying that anyways, sure, you know, you guys can say that, you know, the people like me who are making videos about this shit are milking it. But at the end of the day, all it's showing is that we actually fucking care about an issue after it has gotten out of the news. You know, everybody was making all their videos in August for YouTube and the whole ID age verification thing, and they're like, we're doomed. But then when the noise died down and everybody stopped talking about it and it wasn't like a hot topic anymore, everybody stopped making their videos about ID age verification in terms of the government, in terms of Spotify, in terms of fucking everything. The reason why I'm doing it is because I am genuinely passionate about the topic. I don't want there to be ID age verification on literally everything that we do on the internet. And it really annoys me that there's a group of people out there that are trying to silence creators like myself from talking about this type of stuff, when in reality, we're trying to make sure that you don't get silenced on the internet and you're able to use the internet without having to submit an ID. It's just crazy to me. But yeah, I don't want to focus on the negative. Shout out to everybody who's always so positive and who actually gets the message that I'm trying to present here. I've been saying in every single video, you guys always ask for a call to action. Go over to netchoice.org. They have campaigns for bad internet privacy laws, and they have a section over here where you can go ahead and contact your local representative. You can go ahead and enter your zip code, send them an email on why you disagree with the age verification laws, and we can make our voices heard through there. The time to act is now, guys. I mean, if we just let this go on, none of us are going to be able to have any privacy on the internet. Let me know what your guys' thoughts are on the situation in the comments. I hope you guys have a great 2026. Thank you guys for riding with me. I appreciate every single one of you, and subscribe for more.